Hey yo, what's up guys? It's Giles2 with you again, and today I'm having a reaction video, and I have a new screen recorder, much better than my other one on which I recorded, and now my gameplays are gonna have my faces on it, if you want, but my reactions obviously are. And today I'm gonna react to a YouTube channel called Storybooth, and they make awesome videos. I really actually watch them. I even watched them before I had a YouTube channel. So I want you to click that subscribe button how I did just now, and click the notification button to get all the videos. And new video every Tuesday. There you can see real stories animated. Yeah. Put it back. Okay, let's see what we're gonna watch today. What did I watch? Oh, there's a bunch of videos. See, there's a lot, and they're all animated. And as you can see, I watched a lot, but not all. Okay, let's watch this one.
We've been friends for about 3 years, and we decided to go to her cabin last summer.
So it was a day where it was kind of groggy outside, it was rainy. My grandma decided to come in and she said, "Hey guys, look what I got." She had this really old doll which was native, and it just gave the creepy feeling off of us.
We asked her where she got it, and she had gone to this weird kind of garage sale type thing, and she bought it off of someone for 60 cents, and the person said that they didn't want it anymore.
She put the doll in bed and tucked it in and gave it a kiss and walked away.
We then said that it looked really creepy, and I guess might have pissed the doll off, because when her parents and her grandparents went out for bingo, the Wi-Fi went out instantly.
We decided to talk about funny things until the weirdest thing happened, where we heard a little voice behind us.
No, we heard a baby crying first.
Yeah, a baby.
From behind the door. And I was like, "Are there any babies, living around here?" She said no. Then later on, we heard scratching from inside the room. Tiny hands, as if it was maybe a cat scratching at a door. A little freaked out, and then we decided to leave the house.
And so we went on our bikes, and it got to the point where it was really, really cold, and we couldn't handle the cold, so we had to go back. Came back, opened the door, and we went into the bedroom.
She had put a new bra that she got in a plastic bag on the middle of the bed. When we got back, it wasn't there. We looked around, we couldn't find it. I looked under the bed. The bra was out of the bag and under the middle of the bed. And then from behind us, we hear this low, demonic, yeah. We both looked back and we're like, "Did you hear that?"
We opened the door and we went into the bedroom.
The blanket was underneath its eyes, and we had put it completely over.
So it got to the point we were really freaked out. So she went up to this tree, and it was a fake tree, and she said, "I hope nothing happens to this tree. I really love this tree." So my parents ended up coming back, and we couldn't sleep that night. We were so scared, and so the next day we woke up, the leaves were all over the floor, and they were scattered, which kind of freaked us out.
That was the time that we realized that we pissed that doll off.
And my grandma loves that doll. She talks to the doll, and to the point where brushes its hair, and to the point where we went in there, my grandma came in and she got really mad at us, and she closed the door on us and told us to never go in there again.
Wow. Okay, we'll watch a couple of more videos.
Oh my god.
Okay.
On Friday the 13th, my friends and I decided to plan a sleepover. So we decided to have it at my friend Marissa's house. So we were at her house and we had some dinner. It was really good. We actually had some masticholi. We were just sitting at the table talking, and one of my other friends, we'll call her Haley, she was like, oh my gosh, we should go play the Ouija board now, because they knew that I brought it. So I was like, okay, let's go in the basement, it'll be like fun. So we're playing, and I start getting really freaked out. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get possessed, like, oh my gosh. Because I was so scared that, like, because we talked to this really mean ghost, I thought we were, but it was really spelling something else out. Tears are, like, streaming down my face, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, so I kept saying, like, I could see it. It was, like, in the mirror. It was really scary. So then I was like, we need to talk to it again to see what it wants. We talked to this ghost named Dan, and his wife's name is Gina, and he kept saying 40 cuts in the bathtub, and then like 790. We looked it up, it means love and like comfort. So we were like, do you want us to love you? And he said he has a daughter. And eventually we got this story that he had a daughter, and she was like kidnapped, and then she like killed herself, I guess. She died, and it was really, really sad. So we felt bad, and he kept wanting us to dig him up. He said he was under the house, he was under the floor. So, like, I was getting really scared, and, like, he said the ghost girl's name was Erin, and she was 12, and she was turning 13 the next day. So we were like, do you want us to sing happy birthday? And he said yes, and we said at midnight, and he said no, and I said what time, and he said 6. So I was like, oh gosh, we had to wake up at 6 in the morning. So then, like, everyone started getting creeped out, so we had to, like, stop because not everyone was, like, comfortable with it. So we stopped playing, and I put it away, and I was terrified. I was like, I'm not comfortable with some of the things he said. I was just like really upset. So I called my sister and I was like, dude, this is what happened. And I told her the story, and I was like, I am so scared. I was crying, like, it was bad. I was crying really hard, and I was like, I don't want to get possessed. So she's like, oh, it'll be okay. Just be glad that you said goodbye. I mean, you're still stupid. And I was like, okay. So I hung up on her because I was mad. And I just got so scared, and my anxiety got really bad that I was like, I can't sleep over. So I texted my mom, and my mom is like, okay, I'll come and get you. And my mom, she took me home, and she's like, leave that board in the garage. It is not coming in the house. So I was like, okay. When I woke up at 7, and I did sing happy birthday to Erin because I promised Dan that I'd sing at 6. So I sang happy birthday, and I'm good. I just don't like being home alone like I am right now. But that's my story of my scary Ouija board.
Oh my god, and we totally jumped off the cliff and had to zoom all the way to shore because the dog chased us all the way to the end.
What?
About a year ago, my great-grandmother died. Everyone was pretty devastated, especially my mom, who was really close to my great-grandmother. A few days after her funeral, we saw a dime on her kitchen table randomly. I didn't think anything of it, but the moment my mom saw the dime, she started crying her heart out again, as she had been doing the past few days. I asked her why she was crying over a dime on a table, and she told me a story that if dead loved ones wanted to try to communicate with living relatives, they would leave dimes around the house for them. I immediately started thinking about paranormal things I've seen on YouTube.
Yeah, great.
And I guess I found it pretty cool. And honestly, I found dimes everywhere. That was actually starting to creep me out a little bit. Like, I went to my friend's house, and there was a random dime sitting on her bed. As I went home from my friend's house that night, I told my mom...
Okay, continuing.
And there was a random dime sitting on her bed. As I went home from my friend's house that night, I told my mom out loud that I was starting to get a little bit creeped out by all the dimes. And the moment I said that, the dimes never showed up again, which creeped me out even more because it's as if she was hearing me say that I didn't want the dimes around anymore, and she listened to me. But then, other than the dimes, I also was pretty creeped out around my own house. I was sitting at my computer one day, and all of a sudden I heard footsteps and loud noises from behind me. I turned around and there was no one there. I didn't think much of it until all of a sudden the noises got louder and louder, as if they were coming closer and closer to me. I started panicking, and as they got louder and louder, I ran into my room that was across the hall and slammed the door behind me. I was pretty scared. I haven't been disturbed since, and I still do miss my great-grandmother. I do hope that she's still watching over me, and hope she knows that I was just a little creeped out back then. And that if she does want to bring those dimes back, she can go right on ahead. I wouldn't mind.
Okay, I think this is it for today's video. I hope you like my reaction video of my small brother. Hey. Bye. And see ya.